Hi, today I'm going to do a vintage inspired party look, and this is quite an extravagant party look, so it would be good for a ball or something equivalent to that. I've already done my base. I've used Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum in number 52. I used some concealer, some Clinique airbrush concealer under my eyes, and this Murad blemish treatment concealer, just to cover a few little spots and things that I had. So I've already used a little bit of Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector as well, just on the high points of my cheeks, just very subtly. So I'm going to start by using a liquid liner in black, and this is Perfect Liner by L'Oreal. I did actually put a little bit of Paint Pot in soft ochre on my lids as well, so it's just sort of lighten the skin up a little bit. And the best way to do liner really is to hold a mirror quite low and just look down into it with your eyes quite relaxed. And just start tracing along your lash roots. And the key really is to get right in between those lash roots. And don't worry too much at this stage about the shape or anything. It's more about getting the base in. I'm going to do it quite thin at the inner corner. And I'm going to probably start thickening it up around about the centre of the eye. So just retracing over that. And gradually thickening up as I go. For doing the flicks at the outer corner, it's better to look straight ahead into a mirror. So you can more or less map out, looking straight ahead, where you'd like that flick to sort of end up and the shape that you'd like it to be. So when you're looking from far away, you get more of an overall impression. And you get to really see how it's going to look. Then you can go back to your mirror and then just join up the line that you've already done and that flick that you've drawn. So just filling in that gap and joining that all up. Once you've roughly got the shape on, again look straight ahead in a mirror, because that way you can see where you need to smooth it a little bit. You can either go back in with the liquid liner. What I like to do is then use a gel liner. So this is a Bobbi Brown one. And you can kind of, when your eyes are open and you relax your brow a bit more, you can sort of see which areas maybe need a little bit more smoothing. And the other thing is, I personally like the appearance of the gel around the edges. It sort of takes off, it's still precise, but it takes off that really hard edge of the liquid liner. So I've done the basic shape with the liquid on the other eye, and before I do the outer corner in the gel, I'm going to look straight ahead, and then referring back to this one that I've done already, I can trace a line in of the angle that I want my flick to be. And if you do it this way, it's much easier to get the two sides to match. And then going back in with the gel liner and using my guideline, I can start to fill in again that triangle and smooth and thicken the whole shape. So now I'm going to do a little bit of shading in my socket line. I'm using this Burberry shade number 22, which is just a really pretty kind of light browny shade. Just going to almost pat that in just above my socket line. Just really simply like that. It just gives a little bit more definition and frames the liner. And I'm using exactly the same shade just underneath. So it's very, very light, but it just, again, frames the lashes a little bit. So now I'm going to curl my eyelashes, give them a really good curl. I'm just applying this Physicians Formula Organic Wear Mascara in black. And this is a 100% natural origin mascara. So it's paraben free, chemical free. I was very curious about it. I actually bought it last time I was in New York because I'm always interested in organic and natural mascaras that actually, you know, really work and bulk out the lashes. And this one is really nice because it's very separating, but you do get a lot of length and definition. And I like the brush shape as well. It's slightly sort of bent, so it's good for getting into the corners. And it's inexpensive, which is an added bonus. Before I do my lower lashes, I'm just going to add a little bit of this pencil, which is called Jazzy Taupe by Lancome. and it's a very sort of shiny, shimmery taupe colour. So just add a little bit of shine along my lower lashes. Probably can't really see it on film. It does catch the light really nicely though. And then apply mascara. Now I'm going to apply some outer lashes. So these are just half set of lashes. Well, a little bit less than half actually. They're good for the outer third, and these are Accents by Ardell. Like really easy to apply because it isn't a full set. And they do exactly what they say on the box. They just sort of accent the outer corner. So you can see the difference. It's just, they're quite subtle. They're not like a full set, but they do give you a lot more sort of thickness and length just at the outer corner. I'm just going to put the other one on. So while that glue's drying, I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to use a Suki powder palette, and I want to give a lot of attention to the arch because I'm going to make them slightly vintagey looking, so they need to be a little bit more defined. They're building up on the high point to start with, and then extending, and then I'll finish with this area here, very lightly here. So before I do my blusher, I'm going to do my lips, and this is Diorling, sort of darling, it's Diorling, and this is from their Grand Bal collection, which is their Christmas collection, so it's a very sumptuous dark red. I'm actually wearing the nail polish from the same collection, and this one is Marilyn. It's a really lovely red. This is just one coat actually. So I'm just going to trace my natural lip shape to start with. So before I finish the shape, I'm just going to blot my lips. I'm going to give them a really good blot. So I'm left with a kind of a stain. Now I can really shape them. I'm going to use this lip pencil in Cherry. And I think if you're using quite a dark red, it can make your lips look a little bit thinner, especially if you haven't got very full lips naturally anyway. It can make you look a little bit mean-mouthed. So it's best to cheat a little bit of extra volume. You can do it quite easily on the bottom lip just by smiling with your lips together, because there's always a little bit of extra sort of lip that you don't normally go over with lipstick. And if you smile, just take it down a little bit further, and then you can buff it in so you don't end up with a line. And likewise on the top, if you need a little bit of extra volume, just buff around the edges. Keep looking ahead, straight ahead into a mirror as well, and standing back, because then you can really see the shape that you're getting. And then go back in with a second layer of the lip colour. That'll just blend everything in, blend all the pencil in, and so it'll create a nice long-lasting colour. So now I'm going to think about blusher. I didn't do any before because sometimes when you've got your lipstick on, until you've got your lipstick on, you can't really tell how much you're going to need. Same with eyes. Sometimes you think, oh, once the lips are on, it's quite draining, you might need a little bit more eyes. I think my eyes are fine, but I think I definitely need a little bit of colour in my cheeks because I can look quite washed out. So I'm just going to do quite a subtle pink. I'm going to use, this is a Chanel Pink Explosion, and just going to use it sort of in a bit of a C shape, just coming up in a soft C. So it doesn't give too much colour, it just gives a little bit of shape and a little bit of colour. Don't want it to detract from the actual lipstick, but I don't want to look washed out either. For a final touch, I'm going to apply some highlighter just onto the top of my cheeks to give a really nice sheen, and this is Laura Mercier Stardust. So that's the finished look, and I think it's just a perfect look for a very glamorous party or a ball or any glamorous event really. I think I probably would darken my beauty spot a little bit. Just going to put a little bit of dark liner on it, and it would be a particularly good look for a masked ball. And I'm just going to show you a couple of masks that I've got. I've got this one that I bought in Venice, and this is actually from the Venice ball, so it's very kind of dramatic and super glamorous. So something like that, this kind of makeup just lends itself to completely, I think. But the mask I'm actually going to put on today for my mask ball look is a different one. It's one that I called in last week because I was doing the cover of Harper's Bazaar with a big celebrity, and I'd seen that Face Lace, Phyllis Cohen, the makeup artist, had done these special limited edition face masks, and I particularly liked one of them. And so I called it in for that. So I'm going to actually put that one on myself today as well. I'm just going to clip my hair back because you need to stick it on directly onto the skin. So it's this one, and it's called the Hip Star. And you can see it's absolutely beautiful. It's all laser cut. It's quite flexible, so it's quite comfortable to wear. She's only made 125 of these, so if you love it as much as I do, I would say get in there quite quickly before they're all gone. And they have little self-adhesive hypoallergenic stickers. I'll give you a tip. Don't make sure you push your eyelashes up before you lay it over. So you sort of look up and then lay it down. And that way you don't end up squashing your eyelashes. And just get it into a position that's comfortable for you. And as I say, that it's quite a flexible thing, so it does feel really comfortable. So whether you want to be daring and wear a mask or just stick to this sort of vintage inspired Hollywood look, I think it's a great look for a party. I hope you like it.